Welcome to a short movie clip about the renovation of the Harry Burt Building into the new and beautiful Mahoning Valley History Center, located at 325 West Federal Street in downtown Youngstown, Ohio. Prominent and giving community leaders are always the catalysts for any successful campaign. We also like to say thank you to the Gosser Chair Company, who donated 200 chairs for the Thomas Ballroom and 16 chairs for the Watson Research Room. During a recent visit to Youngstown, Ohio, what a thrill it was for me to find out there was a restoration of the Harry Burt Building going on. This gorgeous historical building is now being transformed into the Mahoning Valley History Center, which is part of the Mahoning Valley Historical Society. And here he is, the man himself, Harry Burt, the innovator who patented ice cream on a stick. At the north end of the beautiful Spring Common Bridge, and practically on the banks of the Mahoning River, this incredible building is being converted into a magnificent, beautiful edifice for everyone to enjoy. And I bet if old Harry Burt were around today, wow, he would really be proud. And here you can see the newly dedicated Ohio Historical Marker honoring Harry Burt and his purchase of the building in 1921. The views from the upper level of the building are also worth mentioning. From the back of the building, you can clearly see the beautiful Spring Common Bridge to the right of the photo. At the foot of the bridge, about a half a mile of Mahoning Avenue is also visible. Looking out the front windows, one can clearly see all of the shops on West Federal Street. Okay, now it's time to go inside and enjoy some of the beautiful, marvelous restoration that has been done to this building. The pristine beauty of the floors, the ceiling, the walls, the staircases, the light fixtures. It's just incredible. Old skylights to their original condition. Okay, what you're looking at here is a 1905 marble banking table donated by the PNC Bank. It had been in the lobby of the former Dollar Savings and Trust Company in downtown Youngstown. This beautiful table weighs more than 4,000 pounds. But to be sure, it was a real challenge getting it up these stairs and into place. Joining me now is Cheryl Lewis, the Historical Society campaign director for this project. Cheryl was kind enough to take me through and point out some of the real challenges that they had regarding the restoration.
Then they cranked the back up slightly more so they could kind of like slide it down and bring it over. It was a lot of work. That area was a coat room when Mr. Burt had the building, because people had their dancers, they could check their coats. We made it a bar area, and it's worked out nicely because if there's big dinners or whatever going on here, people may use this for their cocktail hour, or like when a class had a reunion, they had some memorabilia set up here and everything, so it works nicely as an extra spillover area for events and things and all that. So This is going to be our community history gallery. A couple large display things and some display shelving. Every township and city has a historical society in the valley, so we're hoping every month or two, maybe Salem Historical Society can bring some stuff in. Niles, Fowler, Mesopotamia, you know, everything. We can really work with the community and be a good partner. This is the room where they had their meeting for a treaty. The kids, and then they were learning some Morse code. Tracy's dad does radio stuff and everything, so we did that. We made the ice cream, and it was kind of like the third floor, an open hallway, and going all the way down, but windows, larger windows you could see in. And again, we used cork, we kept part of the original wall as his insulation. He used like a nitrogen to freeze, but cork was the main insulation unit all along the walls. We have special heating units in each corner. Humidity control is supposed to be kept around 65 degrees to preserve the artifacts better. But this whole floor had to be jackhammered open. We had to take out the 1917 plumbing, sewer, water lines and put in all new ones because we definitely couldn't have any sewer back up here with all of our archives. So then the floor was re-poured, and you can see tracks were laid. I call them mini railroad tracks. And these things move pretty easy now, but even as they fill up with our artifacts, we're going to move them over here. It's really easy. And everything, so
it's all climate controlled and everything.
All climate controlled. It's going to be locked. The public won't be able to come through here.
Yeah.
If people come down to do research, which I'll show you the room, staff will come in and get whatever they need and take it back out. But it's got to stay there. And then there's certain alarm system. The floor was the most expensive part of the whole project. We put $3,250,000 in renovating this building out of the $6 million project. This level was alone like $670,000 of that.
So, wow.
The most expensive part. Yeah. But these are some of the old pictures that were out in front. Because for the longest time the sidewalk was blockaded. They were working on things, so we hung these on the outside so people could kind of see. There's a picture of the good humor guy with his truck. This is what the soda fountain was like on the main floor. Here it is, and then he had cases where he sold baked goods and flowers and his candies, everything. And then the private tea room. Yeah, this is the one half level where it's the private tea room and all that.
That's incredible.
Yeah. But he died only 5 years after getting it up and running, and his wife and son kept it going for a number of years, and then eventually sold it to a company in Chicago. We'll walk out because it's so loud.
Most old buildings have a lot of history and sometimes a few dark secrets, and the Harry Burt building is no exception. In the basement of this magnificent edifice is a hidden tunnel that connects to a larger and longer tunnel that runs from the old railroad station to the G.M. McKelvey Company, where I actually worked for a couple of years raising money for my college tuition. But I never knew about the tunnel. Unfortunately, the tunnel is closed up now. However, it's still a historic part of Youngstown, and if it were open today, it would make one heck of a tourist attraction. In conclusion, I'd like to mention a few ways that you can contribute to this worthwhile project. One of them would be to purchase a donor bar. They come in 3 flavors. You could choose between aluminum, bronze, or copper. The other way is to purchase an existing space that's available for naming, and that can be in your company's name or your family name. For additional information, please contact Cheryl Lewis, the campaign director for the project. Her number is listed below along with her email address.